Hey, how's it going? My name is Anthony Gray, and thank you for joining this segment of Grayscale. This is a collab with the Stranger Things board on Facebook, and as you can see by the title, I'll be doing a painting representing the first season of Stranger Things, and we're going to get right on to it. A lot of this video you probably see will be sped up, especially when it comes to doing the logo. I put the logo on here the best I could to represent the title. Alright, and I'm going to do it in marker for this. Because of the amount of black I'll be using, it's best for me to try to do it with red first with the pencil, and then go over it in black. A lot of this will be sped up because it'll be kind of monotonous having you watch me go through all of that. Alright, so like I said, I'm just going to get right on to it, and hope you enjoy. Hopefully I'm not too much in the way. And hopefully I don't run out of red. We'll soon see, won't we? Hey guys, welcome back. Alright, I think I'm going to work on this ghastly creature. One of the protagonists of the Netflix series, Stranger Things. Now, as you see, I have a rather bloodied background. I'll probably add more splatter, because this fella will be covered most of the interesting stuff, because I put it in the middle, which we naturally have a tendency to do. Okay, and you see I penciled in white chalk pencil the figure of this creature. Alright, and I'm going right over the title itself, and just a general shape. I gotta have this is just gray gesso, something to cover over the black. Details will be added later, obviously. And nothing special, just flat out cover this thing. He is a humanoid, not necessarily has human proportions, as you can tell. Yes, it has arms and legs, but as you can see, no type of human proportions. Everything's elongated, not necessarily even. And just keep that in mind. He's not smooth skinned, at least not in this incarnation of him. This is the open mouth version of the creature. There was a closed mouth one, where he had a slit down the center of his face. No eyes. I'm gonna go over this just once in the gray, because his skin is rather textury. Okay. Whatever details I choose to add, I'll add that in the other process there. Gotta paint this in a way where my hand isn't blocking you, showing you what I'm doing exactly. But basically, just shading this guy in. When I get to coloring him, I'll probably use a series of glazes after I put the texture on this fellow. I'll highlight him in a more of a comic booky style. I'm not really worried about his fingernails and all that. That can come later. I just want to block in the general shapes. Whatever streaks that might happen to be in this fellow, I will keep. It just adds to the texture of his creepiness. Just getting rid of some of the paint on my brush. And I just let her dry. Just like that. Alright. Clean off the brush. Now when I get to doing the texture and all that, I'll show you how that I go about it with this skin, and then I'll add whatever glazes to it and all that good stuff. Okay. So I'll pull back a little bit, let you see what I'm working with here. It's basically, like I say, it's just about looks like a comic book cover. All right. So while that's doing the drying thing, I could even, if I wanted to, I could just mask this area off and add more splatter to it. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I can do a little bit of that now if I wanted to. Even if I put splatter on him, it really wouldn't matter. Because I'm going to go over it, dab over it with texture and all that stuff anyway. But we'll see as time moves on, whatever, I'll see what I'll do with it. But until then, I'm gonna let it dry, and I'll see you again. All right, it's another fade through, but it's actually another day. It's early morning, and I'm going to use a little bit of black gesso, and I have gray gesso. This is like a holdover from some of my Bob Ross stuff. Alright, I'm going to make some texture on said creature. Okay, and I'm going to use a sponge. Show it to you here. Alright, I got it zoomed in a little bit on his face area up to almost his mid area here. And I'm just going to dab a mixture of black and gray together. Okay. And I'm going to just, like I say, just dab on some texture on Mr. Creature here, going in different directions. A little bit of gray, a little bit of black. If you have some spots where you went past it, like around here, that's okay. Dip in, come back out. You just get rid of some of that gray out of there, just like so. Okay. If you find yourself going going way past it, nothing a little black wouldn't do to cover it up. It's okay. It dries up, and cover it up, and it will be fine. If you take out some of the blood splatter, that's fine also, because you can always add some more. So nothing's a total loss if you happen to splatter outside the lines a little bit. It's okay. That's what you see me do. I'm just touching up little areas. Just checking in out here and there. I think we're just about pretty good here. Okay. Got a little. There. You let it all dry. Look like nothing ever happened. A lot of brushes I used to think were useless and no good actually comes back and bite you if you get rid of them and throw them out. But I think, like I said, I'm pretty good here. Once again, when you get to this stage, let it fully dry. I'm just cleaning off my little makeshift palette. I used to use the traditional palettes. I don't really deal with them much anymore. It's just easier for me to get coffee lid tops, the plastic tops. I got a bunch of them, and they're easy to clean off. A little water, wipe them off, and then they come clean again. Paper towel, a little bit of water, and then that's that. You start off the next round. Okay. Like I say, you can hear the pitter patter of little doggy feet. She's just being nosy, wondering what I'm doing. Okay. Anyway, let me zoom in. I'll show you how easy it is with the sponge. You get various texture on the creature. Get some of your shading in on this fella. Okay. You see the title up there. Alright. Let's zoom her out. And we will be back, and I'll show you how I'll glaze this guy in certain spots, highlight and accent maybe a little musculature here and there. I'll work on his head last, but I'll deal with all the musculature and shading. And like I said, I'm gonna make this a little more comic booky, so I'll have some little backlight going on back there. And I might even do some white splatter and all that good stuff. And get to the detailing of fingers, feet, and all that fun stuff. And then that'll be that. All right. So stay tuned. Zoom this in. We're gonna work on some of the detail shading. Okay, I'll zoom in a little bit. We're gonna save the head for last. Okay. So hopefully you see enough of this. Now the creature, being that it's supposed to be scary and mysterious, is mainly they're hidden in black and shadow. All right. So what I'm going to do is work with the black that I have already established on the creature. Okay. So I'm going to define little muscle mass shapes. Where the collarbone would represent would be somewhere around here. Its chest, part of it will be in shadow, deep shadow, something like that. That much of it. Alright, as far as shading is concerned, there you have it. I use a round brush. Back in the day, this is a number 6 round. Back in the day, they used to do comic book art with pens like this, usually number 3. Okay, and some India ink, and they would do their comic shading. They would shade figures, stuff with nature. Human figures, animals, anything to do with nature, rocks, mountains, hills, grass. And then anything mechanical they would usually do with a rapidograph technical pen or markers and stuff. Nowadays they just use markers. Some people even draw their comic pages on computer tablets designed for that type of thing. So it's all changed over the years. But it's unfortunate because the art doesn't look the way it used to look. And they do it for the more for speed than anything else. All right, a lot of it, as you can see, it's black on black. Well, yeah, and gray, shades of gray on black. A lot of the shading is done, but as much as I'm going to do for the body until I get to the small details, which will be last. When I get back, when this is totally dry, I'll work on the face and the details of the face. Once I get the details of the face done, I'm going to get it done. That'll be it. As a matter of fact, let me zoom in because that's what I'll be working on, will be the face. So let's zoom in a little bit. And we'll work on that face. So when I come back, it'll be face time. There. Alright, so stay tuned. Just on the inside of its mouth, all up in here. If I wanted it a little bit darker, I'll get it darker. Deeper red. And all this is just putting down some light glaze. Right in the mouth area here. And then I'll accentuate some of this with his teeth. Okay. Now I got enough glaze on here, so I will put on more red. It will, the black will come through once it dries. Give him kind of a disgusting maw of red, like so. Okay. This might be about the only spot where there'd be a lot of red. Alright. Like I said, most of this will be in a series of glazes. I'm going to some green. I want to mix some of this green with the black. as I'm doing this, I'm looking, I'm going to keep some of the roundness of the creature's jawline, face, and what have you. Other parts will be highlighted. Up around this side and here. Okay. I'm going to get a slight touch of gray. Give me a little dab of gray. Mix a little bit of that with the green. Also glaze that on. And put this in certain highlight spots on the creature. A little bit brighter. Still mixing in with the green. Just little highlights here and there. Some of this will still shine through once it dries, so I'm not really particularly concerned about that. Be around this jawline a little bit, and I will go brighter yet while mixing a little bit of white. So just in spots. Get some more of the white gray mix. I'm just getting a little more white. Want some of it to stand out and to give it kind of a wet look. The creature has no eyes. Does have a disgusting mouth. Okay. See, just little bits of highlight. Alright, not too much. Now I'm going to put in, using pure white, facsimile of some teeth. Little dots here and there. Varying shapes. I'll give them another row down there. And maybe another row. Okay. Up and around here. Give them some rolls in here. Up around in this area in here. Fill it out with some teeth. Try to get it as bright white as you can, even around here. Get them small here. Have them a little more pronounced as they come up toward the jaw. And let's give him another row down here. Maybe some coming toward the side. like so. Alright. Not too bad. Looks pretty cool. Now I'm going to get it back into my glazing of the creature. More of the greenish black. This time I'm going to move it around toward the body. So let's pull out here. All around this body here. Once I get done glazing the general color of the creature, see what it looks like. Let's drop back a little bit more. There. Okay. Now that I've got a little bit of that finished, I'm going to give her a nice little, like I said, kind of a comic booky highlight. And kind of mixing with the pattern of the red, I'll give it a light pinkish purple highlight. Now, the way I'll do this, for this highlight to really pop, okay, is I'll add white to it. And it will really, really stand out for the simple fact of the dulled, cool colors that is around the creature. Now, the highlight color will be opaque. So I'm mixing in as much white as I can, but still keep its deep pinkish purple color. Alright, and nothing but highlights on the back end of the creature. Make it kind of thick. Take this with me. If I need to brighten it up, I'll just add more white to that purple. Really want it to kind of stick out a little bit. All on the outside edge here. You guys should see me doing this pretty good. Actually, it's almost what I call comic book highlighting. The back end of the creature here on its opposite arm. See the lights coming from, well, from my vantage point, it's coming from the right. It might come from the left on your screen there. Just tease a little bit on the other side, just a small rim of color. Doesn't need too much on the opposite end. Over here where the leg meets a little more light. Maybe a hint of the ankle. Over here on the side a little bit. A little bit on his foot right in here. We're going to put some right there by his legs. Like I said, this is pretty opaque stuff. So I'm just covering the gray with a little bit of grays back there with this pinkish purple. If you guys can't tell, the dog's got the dog toy. The puppy has the dog toy. The adult dog is chilling out listening to L.A. Marzulli talking about UFOs. Now, if you haven't noticed, once the bright color sinks in and evaporates, the color gets a little dull. So on top of that, you can just highlight on top of that color. I'm just using a brighter form of the purple. And can you guys see it? Yeah. And still going over the top. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't want it to be, because the creature's skin is kind of weird, slimy, bumpy. But you don't want to highlight everything. Some parts you might want a little brighter than others. Okay. Aim a lot of that color towards the tip of the brown brush. And you're going to use the tip of the brush to accent some of this guy here. Some of this I want to really stick out, especially on the back end of the fella. Alright, now you see pretty much what it's looking like. Now I'm going towards his head area, his open maw here. Maybe put a little highlight there. Tiniest bit up there. Accentuate up around here. Where I would think the highlights would be on his jaw, like so. Rinse off the brush. And if I so desire, and I do, I'm going to take a little bit of white. I won't put it in with the purple, but it'll be, the majority of it will be white. This accentuate a little bit of, represent where some of his hand would be. And a little bit of the outside knuckle on one. He has very long digits. Accent where the nail would be. Or his claw. I'll do the claw on some of these guys here. Highlight maybe a half a claw. Same thing with his feet. Let's have that claw come way out here. Hook down. Same thing here. So I don't have to really draw the rest of the foot. His shiny toenails will let you know where his feet are. Same thing with the claws on his hands. They kind of curve in. Something like that. And maybe I'll have one come up like toward that way. Same thing with this guy right here. Give a couple of them in there. Like so. Let's highlight some of that collarbone, just on the top part, far around there. Maybe just a sliver of color here. Really don't need none for the peak of his chest. highlighting back there. Okay. Okay. Nothing but total white. Total white. Nothing but white. All white. Just a slight highlight. Bit on his jaw area here. Now, when I get under here, I'm going to get back to some deep dark color. I'm going to do a little bit of that right now. Get a little bit of black, a little bit of green. More black than green. Still want a green tint in there. No glaze. And let's give him a nice deep shadow. At least where his up under here. Accentuate that there. Rinsing off a little of the dark color. All under here, we'll have it a little darker. All under there. Give him a deep jawbone there. All underneath. Even if I have to get rid of some of the highlight, just to round it off a little bit. Like so. If I want to deepen that black that's in there, in that maw, just use nothing but black. Just to where his teeth are. All in here. Don't want to get rid of all the red, but I am going over where I think it should be pretty dark. Separate some of those teeth in there. All in here. All up in here. Something like that. Keep it pretty dark. I think I'm almost complete with this fellow. Okay, so this, I'm taking a good once over here, looking at him. He is a rather gangly looking thing. Alright, so let's draw back a little bit. Actually, let's come up. I'll show you the detail. It doesn't take me too long, especially when the thing looks the way it does. Loosen up this camera a little bit so you guys can get a smooth transition here. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit and you see what this guy looks like. His face opens up like a leaf. It's got the teeth and the pink insides there. Okay. Nothing but glazes of color. You see his hands down there. Need to loosen that up so I can move this a little smoother than what I am doing. That shake is. Alright. So you see his hands. The detail of his hands, and I don't know why this. Oh, I know why. Well, it's too late now. I don't want to mess with it when I'm recording it. So I'll just draw back a little bit. So you guys can look at the whole thing. But that's what she looks like. Let's draw back some more. Okay. I'll center it a little bit better. Let's draw it in a little bit. I'll take the tape off. I guess I can put my name on this. It's pretty much, it's a done deal. It's a wrap. I'll put my name here in the corner. Make sure with this thick paint, I'm going to have to loosen up the paint a little bit. Put my signature down. You have to get a pretty good medium of when you thin out the paint. You still want it thick enough. That's good enough. Once it dries, it'll fade in a little bit into that background, look a little more mysterious. I thought about putting more splatter, but I really don't think that's necessary. As I'm looking at it, checking it out. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little collaboration. It was fun. I'd have liked to have done it with a little more time. It's all of a sudden been a little crazy. So I had to adjust and make do and all that good stuff. So I don't think it came out too bad. Let's take this tape off and see if I got a nice strong white border. See what happens. It's usually a pull lift for the tape so you don't shred the thing. Pull lift. As gentle as you can. I have tape on the back of this also so it don't kind of travel with me. Alright. I like putting borders on mine. It gives it a little more professional quality. Like I say, it looks like a comic book cover. Okay. And well, there you have it. Thank you once again for watching the collab. I hope this video intrigues you to check out some of my other works, which is not as monsters. But I used to do this when I was a kid. Comic books and stuff like that. Superheroes and things of that nature. So this is almost like going home, coming home, you know. So I hope you enjoy. It was a pleasure to do this for the Stranger Things collaboration. All I used was Sharpie markers for the logo, or Crayola marker for the red, some acrylic paint for the acrylic black gesso for the background, some cad red mixed with a little white for the blood splatter. Then I just used a sponge for the creature's hide, and used the same gesso to deepen the blacks. Used gray for the underpainting for the creature, and then put the glazes of green on it and highlighted it with a bright purplish white for the highlights in the back. So it's being backlit from somewhere there. And well, there you have it. There's whatever they named this creature. I don't think they gave it a name, but just monster. So once again, thank you very much. I appreciate you watching it and everything. I guess you can see a little bit of my face here and my gray beard and glasses. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you again and join you on the next collab. Peace.